Hey everybody, this is Tracy here for another edition of A View from Tracy's Point. And tonight we're going to recap Married to Medicine Season 4, Episode 14, which was also the season finale. And it was titled Breast Friends. Toya and Eugene pray over their housewarming after all the bickering subsides. Jackie is planning a big reveal for her lookbook and is calling it Breast Friends. And the word of the day was brought to us by Dr. Heavenly's daughter, Alora. So the show opens where it closed last week with the women fighting over the conferences. But instead of Lisa Nicole and Dr. Heavenly yelling it out, the other women get to arguing with each other. And we have Mariah going at Quad, and then she's going at Dr. Jackie, and Dr. Heavenly calling Lisa Nicole a bitch. And it was just way too much drama going on. So Dr. Eugene, finally puts an end to it and called the women together so that they can go inside and eat. And so everybody gathers in the house, and Toya, gives her speech about, how, it's been very stressful for her and her husband, but they're happy that they're finally in a good place. And then I think when they served the food, Dr. Heavenly got some barbecue sauce on Toya's sofa. So not sure why they were eating barbecue in the house on the good furniture, but Dr. Heavenly did leave a stain. So it's the morning after the housewarming barbecue, and Lisa and Darren are so awkward. Like, I don't know what's going on between those two. Like, if Darren has just become so uncomfortable in front of the camera because of all that's happened, or has he always been that way? But Lisa, she needs to stop talking about having a baby and just let it happen naturally. She's talking about having sex 3 times a day, and Darren is looking at her like, I don't know if I can keep up with that. And then now we have Darren talking about getting a surrogate if they don't get pregnant on their own within 6 months. But then Lisa, she's all paranoid about that and talking about, the movies on Lifetime where the people hire the surrogates, and then the surrogates fall in love with the husband and then want to take the baby hostage and all that stuff. And then Darren messes around and says that he hopes that they aren't, as in are not successful in conceiving. And I still think that Darren has had a vasectomy. I'm going to just put my money on Darren has had a vasectomy and cannot get Lisa pregnant, because remember when they went to the sperm place for him to get the sperm tested, he wouldn't let Lisa go in, and I really think he had somebody else's sperm, because when the count came back, it was super duper high for a man his age, and he seemed really surprised when Lisa said that his sperm count was too low and she was joking with him. So now he's talking about getting a surrogate. I'm thinking that Darren probably, I don't know. I just think that Darren has had a vasectomy and can't get Lisa pregnant, but I hope I am wrong, as I have been about other things in the past. Here we go with Dr. Simone talking about the North House and the South House, and now that school is out, her family is going to be moving back in with her, and she's going to miss her alone time, and how the boys are growing up, and she bought a dog, and just all this stuff. But they was piking up talking about going on vacation, but they left like dirty dishes in the sink, a half glass of orange juice on the table. Looked like the loaf of bread was still open. So I don't know. Maybe they were just going away for the weekend, or maybe going to take their stuff back to the North House. And then anyway, so Dr. Heavenly is meeting with Jewel Tankard, and she says she hasn't been attending church, but she's been praying a lot, and she's regretting how she treated Lisa Nicole at the barbecue. And I think that if you treat somebody that bad and talk to people that way, regardless of who's right or wrong, if you have any kind of conscience, you have to feel bad afterwards. And I think the right thing for Dr. Heavenly to do is apologize to Lisa. So Jewel tells her that having a close friend is a gift, and Dr. Heavenly doesn't understand how important that is. And so then Dr. Heavenly begins to think back over her relationship with Lisa, and the good times and when they were getting along and joking with each other and everything. So I don't know if they need to be friends or not, because I think if Dr. Heavenly isn't willing to open up and be honest about her feelings, because I think all of this is about Dr. Heavenly not understanding, the whole business aspect of the conference and them not communicating well with each other as to what the roles were and all of that good stuff. So we'll see. So at Quads, she's feeding Mason and having, way too much fun at pretending like she's a mommy. And then Monica comes in and lets Quad know that she's ready to go home. And she says that she really hates her job. And Quad tells her, well, don't quit your job until you find another job, so be looking. And Monica lets her know that she has been looking and she's received a couple of responses from her search, and that some of them are from her hometown. So that Quad is looking concerned, like, what do you mean they're from your hometown? And then Monica lets her know that she thinks it's time for her to go, that she's just not happy. And then we learned that while Quad and Dr. Greg were in Hawaii, that Monica and Quentin got into an argument, and that Quentin has gone back home already and left his family there with his sister, which makes absolutely no sense to me. And then I'm thinking, like, hadn't he just gotten a really good job or something? And, maybe they just needed to move out on their own, or maybe Quentin, it was just really irresponsible from the beginning, and Quad was trying to force him into being a man. But at the end of the day, she's really unhappy, that things have fallen apart and didn't go the way that she had planned for it to go. And so basically Monica says that she feels like she's a burden on Quad and Dr. Greg, and she doesn't want to feel that way, and she would just be happier if she was to go back home. So Quad, she's looking all sad and everything, and, she says that she has to respect Monica's decision, and that, she'll continue to support them. And, Quad also realizes that there's a big difference between being a mom and actually playing like you're a mom, and, where you can just get up and leave and go to Hawaii and leave the baby behind. So hopefully Monica gets back home and everything works out for her, and Quentin will grow up and get his life together and be a father to his child. It's the day of the lookbook reveal, and Dr. Jackie is going all out, for her party, and she wants it to be more than just a reveal. She has the pictures from Hawaii, that they all took, and she's had them blown up. And they do the same thing that they did at the vow renewal, where they blew the picture up, have them on easels, and then they're spread around the grounds of where the party is. And so all the ladies want to be supportive of Dr. Jackie and, come to the event and be on their best behavior. And Lisa Nicole says that she's going to take a page out of Michelle Obama's Book of Etiquette and say that when they go low, she's going to continue to go high. So what's up with Dr. Darren coming to the party in his scrubs? And if I recall, Dr. Damon did the same thing at Quad's birthday party. He showed up wearing his scrubs like he had either just came from the hospital or he was getting ready to go to the hospital, which I didn't understand because I thought Dr. Damon was a dentist like Dr. Heavenly. So I don't know what that's all about. So now that the party has started, Dr. Jackie realizes that this will be the first time that Curtis has seen the pictures, and she's worried that he may not take it very well, but it's too late to turn around now. So as the women are gathering and socializing, Darren says that he has to go to work. So I don't know why he bothered to come. I guess to make Lisa happy, that she didn't show up alone, because she did say that she was happy Darren came, because now the women wouldn't be able to be wondering and saying, well, where's Darren? He's never supportive of Lisa and all of that stuff. Then all of a sudden Cecil runs up and says that there's an ambulance out front and that they need a doctor, and so he tells Simone, come on, let's go. So why the hell has Dr. Heavenly showed up at the party in an ambulance, and then Dr. Damon goes over to her side and he's trying to revive her, and then he bends down and gives her a kiss, and then she comes up and says to Dr. Jackie that sometime a kiss from the one you love can bring you back to life. And I'm just like, seriously, girl, like, you disrupted the party for this nonsense. Like, I don't get Heavenly at all. Then back inside, well, outside, but back on the grounds where the party is taking place, Dr. Jackie goes to the ladies and begs them to please be on their best behavior. And Quad is running late as usual, so Dr. Jackie asks everybody to pull out their phones and to send Quad a text and tell her that she needs to hurry up and get there. But the problem is Quad's mailbox is full, so nobody can contact her. But then her and Janice, they make their entrance and they are on time. So then Dr. Heavenly thinks that it is a good time for her to talk to Lisa Nicole. And I have no idea why they always want to go to somebody else's event and then talk out their issues, especially after Jackie has just said, please don't start any mess at my party. So Dr. Moan, she's in her Iyanla Van Zant mode, and she's encouraging Lisa to go talk to Dr. Heavenly and talking about how, you can't keep holding things in. You have to tell people how you feel and learn to express yourself and all this garbage. So Dr. Heavenly gives this speech to Lisa Nicole, basically telling her, how important friendship is to her and everything. But then at the end of the day, after she prayed about it, she decided that she can no longer be friends with Lisa. And Lisa's just like, girl, whatever, I understand. But you can tell that she's very hurt, by Heavenly's decision. So in her confessional, she's in tears, breaking down. And then also at the party, because Toya confronts her, well, not confronts her, but comes over, to ask her what's going on. And so then, of course, Lisa starts crying. And Toya is telling her, not to let her friendship with Heavenly go that easy, and that she needs to, like Dr. Simone has said, that Lisa needs to learn how to open up and express herself to other people and not hold everything inside. And then Toya also takes the opportunity, which I didn't kind of understand. I'm thinking maybe she was trying to bait Lisa, but Lisa, thank God, didn't take the bait. But she was saying that, all the women, and she points over to the table where all the other women are standing around talking to Heavenly, about her decision not to be friends with Lisa anymore. And Toya points out that, all the women over there had betrayed Lisa, and that Lisa needs to figure out, why they're treating her the way that they are. But Lisa says that she doesn't want to be tolerated. She wants to be celebrated. And she, thinks that it's time for her to find some new and true friends. And I have to agree with Lisa on that. So, Toya's talking about Lisa doesn't want to end up like Mariah, alone and friendless. But who in the world wants people in their lives that just treat them so bad? And I think, like, all the women treat each other bad, but they all treat Lisa bad. Like, they pound on her. I don't know if it's a jealousy issue, if they really just don't like her. But I think it's time for Lisa and Darren to leave this show and get on with their lives, because she is just, I know a lot of people don't like her and they say that she grates on their nerves, but I'm just thinking nobody deserves to be dumped on the way that they all dump on Lisa Nicole. It's finally time for the actual reveal, and so Jackie starts it out by revealing the photos that the women took at the actual lookbook party, and I think it was Quad, Dr. Heavenly, and Toya, and the pictures were really beautiful, I must say, except for Dr. Heavenly's head looked like it had been placed on somebody else's body. So I know she lost a lot of weight, but her head looked very disproportionate to the body that was in the picture. But all of the pictures were really beautiful. And so when it was time for her to reveal her photo, she was nervous and everything because she didn't know how Curtis was going to feel. But when they pulled the draping off of the picture, it was really beautiful. And Curtis loved it. And he came over and gave Jackie a really big hug. And then also earlier in the show, Jackie, and it was really, doesn't even matter. So I'm not even going to mention it. So the show ends with cameos of the women talking about, what friendship means, as if any of them know what that's all about. Well, that's it for me, guys, for a season finale. I thought the show was really weak, and it looks like the reunion is going to be more of the same, name calling, shade throwing, and no one accepting their part in the friction as we have seen all season. So what do you all think about Dr. Heavenly and Lisa parting ways? Is it for the best? Leave your comments below, rate the video, and please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And until next time, check out my recaps of Real Housewives of Atlanta, Being Mary Jane, BET's new hit show, The Quad, and other shows that I recap. And I will chat with you guys later. Bye-bye.